think the best part about farming is seeing the seasons, enjoying. I feel privileged to take care of this part of the earth, right? We don't have a large farm, but I feel blessed that we get to take care of this, and I try to do the best that I can because, yeah, I'm not the last farmer, hopefully. I'm certainly not the last person on the face of the earth. There's a lot of people that we need to feed in the future. Over the years, transition to completely no-till. Soil health is a really soil health, and I'm going to say water health with it, are our primary objectives here. I've been no-tilling beans, like in this field now, for 29 years already. That was the first thing we started no-tilling. Shortly after that, probably 25 years ago, we started no-tilling wheat. And then about, I'm going to say 6 or 7 years ago, we started no-tilling corn. Probably my prime reason for that was we are quite close to Lake Erie. There was a lot of talk then about algae blooms and the effects of farmers and their fertilizer on the waters of Lake Erie. And I feel we as farmers are very good stewards of that, and I wanted to be a better steward. So that's when really pushed us to become fully no-till. We actually decided there wasn't the right equipment out there that we needed to do that, or that I wanted the way I wanted to do it, and we built our own planter. So we use it, and now we no-till all our crops. We're fortunate that with that planter we can do a great job of placing fertilizer. The 4 R's are very important to us, having fertilizer at the right time and the right place and the right amount and the right kind. And that all goes into a healthy soil and keeping it out of the water. And that's really our target here is soil health and water. I grew up doing it different. I can look across the road, I can drive down the road anywhere and see it different. Part of it for me was the challenge. I like a challenge. I've always enjoyed doing things different. And as a business owner yourself, you get to do that, make some of those decisions and take those chances. And I feel like I've always been rewarded by my chances. I was younger, then, my dad, like a lot of farmers still do, did conventional tillage, did a lot of plowing, plow things in the fall, and they would work them in the spring, and they would work them again, and then they would work them one more time and plant. I think a lot of it had to do with plowing. I just didn't enjoy plowing. I didn't like doing that in the fall. It just often didn't go well. It just seemed like a lot of time and a lot of energy. I enjoy farming, but I don't enjoy sitting in the tractor over and over and over again. It seemed a little bit wasteful to me. So again, looking into no-till more. Again, we bought an old planter and I did some work on it, and it seemed to work. It worked with beans, like I said, for 29 years, and this is a great field of beans, and I will put them against most, and I really don't understand why beans aren't all getting no-till, especially into corn stalks. After I combined, I was done in the fall. There was no fall tillage. I just love not having to do fall tillage, because that's when a lot of erosion happens, right? We get that runoff on frozen ground, and with all these, you can still see the corn stalks sticking up. If you look at the ground, you can see the corn stalks. I don't worry too much about erosion, right? Wind erosion, I don't get that brown snow like you see a lot, right? If we had a big hard rain tomorrow, a pounding rain, I could come out here and walk in my Sunday shoes and hardly get any mud on them. Whereas I know lots of fields you'd have to put your rubber boots on. And the soil life, right? It's really, I've done a lot of research, read a lot of books, gone to lots of meetings like every other farmer, right? We're all farmers are great listeners and learners. We all want to do a better job. And I think what really hit me is the amount of life in the soil, right? We take it for granted. We don't see it. It's microscopic, from microscopic to the worms, right? And I can walk out here, and it's probably my favorite time of day to walk out here just when the sun is going down and the worms are coming up to the ground, and you'll walk and you almost can't see them, but you hear them. You hear their little as they go back into their hole. And it's just amazing. And there's thousands of them. You can't walk without stepping on a worm, right? And if you watch carefully, you can see them grab a little piece of this corn stalk. You can see them wrap around the end of this, and they'll pull it down into the ground, right? And that's feeding our soil. That's feeding our soil life. And all those pores from those worms create natural drainage, and all the fungi in the soil are connected. I even read a book once, I don't know if it's true or not, that literally every plant on the earth is connected by mycorrhizal fungi, right? And if you do dig, you see these tiny little, almost like spider webs of fungi, and they're everywhere, right? And what happens when you till that? You destroy it, right? It is torn apart. One speaker said it was like a forest fire, a tornado, and a volcano all at the same time going through a town. And you look at that and you go, yeah, that creatures in the soil are my friends, right? They compost this residue. They bring it down. They feed my plants. It's a big picture thing. If I sit down and calculate my cost saving from no-tilling, I'm going to say I'm right in there. And again, for us, it's not all about money, right? We have children that I don't know if they will farm or not, but it doesn't matter. We all have children that eventually will need to get fed, and I'm going to leave this better than I got it. And if that cost me a couple bucks an acre, that's okay.